Steve Wooten, W-O-O-T-E-N. I'd like to thank you guys for letting us all get together as frequently as we have over the last In truth to be matter though, this issue has drawn Los Animas County, Otero County, Baca, Bent, Prowers County, Huerfano County. What we're fragmented small communities are more cohesive. We've come to learn more about each other. We've come to make new friends. We're an entity in southeast Colorado joined by our distances and made stronger by our distances. In the environmental assessment, I have some real problem with the document or a plan that does not include non-military oversight on environmental issues, resource management, cultural and historical. For 20 years, the Army fought to get out from underneath the auspices of DECM so that they would not be held to accountability by Congress. And within this document, it states that they will be the ones who make the sole decision as to the training levels, as to what constitutes a point where they stop training. I'm more confident when there's an outside entity that works with the military and reports back to the civilians and helps make those decisions. That's what I'd like to see added to this EA, is the promise and the commitment that an outside organization such as the Colorado Natural Heritage Program or others would work with you in making those determinations prior to, as you set your first training loads, and then as you monitor. And we all do that. We all out there know how critical your management plan is to your monitoring. That's where you pick up your mistakes before they get any greater. I last night asked the crowd and didn't get any answers of affirmative. Does anybody out here know what an op-land plan is? I told them last night, if you're in the Taliban, you do. And if you're in southeast Colorado, you have the second op-land. The military at the highest level has a battle strategic plan for the Taliban. They have an op-land for southeast Colorado. Now I'm going to tell you how they refer to you in that plan. If you sit in this room and you oppose expansion, you're an opponent, an unfriendly, a dissident, and an adversary. They even have a description for how when the word expansion or the question of expansion comes up, they're told to deny it, to say that that's above their pay grade. It exists in Washington, D.C., and there's no current plan to expand at this time. We've not been told by powers above us to move forward. They also make a plan in how they're going to influence the region, and they want to meet with the leaders. It's outlined that you meet with the leaders first, you convince the leaders, the community leaders, they then go out and convince the dissidents it's not worth the fight. We know today that there was a meeting between the military and the Trinidad Chamber of Commerce. I run a business in Los Animas County. I probably run a bigger business than the members that were at that meeting, as many of you do. Were you invited to that meeting? No. There used to be a feed mill in this town. We bought our feed there. In a lot of years, we spent $30,000 worth of feed. And you turn that over 7 times in Trinidad, that was $210,000 worth of economic benefit by our ranch, and all these other ranches did the same thing. It's not there anymore. This expansion issue finally crushed that mill, and it hurt Trinidad. So when we talk about honesty and openness in this conversation, there should have been ranchers at that meeting in Trinidad. If the council didn't invite them, the Army should have invited them. I want to thank you all for coming. Heed the advice and the encouragement from the other members of the coalition, and not one more acre, and keep fighting, folks. Thank you.